Well, in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, we are introducing you to a woman who is breaking barriers for Latina women and sending an important message about balancing health with career success. Melissa Gonzalez is the author of an upcoming book, The Purpose Pivot: How Dynamic Leaders Put Vulnerability and Intuition into Action. These two are incredibly great things we got to talk about. She's joining me now in studio to tell us more about this book and more about her story. Melissa, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks so much for having me.
Take us back to, I think it was a day in January that your whole life completely flipped upside down and changed you, possibly for the better. Tell us about that.
Absolutely, yeah. So it was January 2024. I was across the country on a business trip away from my family, and I was woken up out of my sleep in excruciating pain as if I was in full-blown labor. I called my husband, I called a colleague who was staying in the hotel with me who happened to be online shopping at 3 a.m. And she said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "I don't think so." Fast forward, I was rushed to the ER. I woke up at 3, at the ER by 5. By 1 p.m. I was in emergency surgery. And what happened was my intestines completely twisted 365 degrees.
Oh my gosh.
It was trapping my blood flow, my ability to go to the bathroom, and basically the decision was, we can try to relieve you and fly you home, but you can go into septic shock.
Oh my goodness.
And in those moments, everything flashes in front of you of the decision you need to make. And for me, it was really, I need to get home to my daughter, but I need to be around long term for my daughter. And when I shared that story personally, so many people started sharing their stories back with me. But the big thing is that I knew I wasn't myself, and I knew it for over a year. And I wrote down on a Post-it note, on January 10th, I'm going to do a Better You challenge for my gut health. I wrote that in December. And January 10th, the exact day that all of it happened.
So that's the intuition speaking, where it's almost like you should be listening to yourselves. What were some of the signs that you were going through that maybe you're saying, I'm not feeling myself, and maybe some signs that people and women, especially Latina women in business or in high positions of power, should be looking out for?
Yeah, so I felt sluggish, and I think, you know, women of A-type and all of that, like, we have energy, right? You're ready to go, go, go all the time, and I wasn't that person. Getting up in the morning was getting harder. I was feeling lethargic, lower energy because of, you know, that twisting that was happening. I could go almost a week without a bowel movement, and that happened a few weeks in a row, bloating, things like that. So I knew that I wasn't always a regular person, but it was at a different level. And I thought I needed a cleanse, you know, but it was much more serious than that, what my body was going through. My extremities, I have Raynaud's, they were acting up. So, but I think the fatigue was something I really shouldn't have ignored because it was so unlike me.
In terms of kind of looking back now, and you're maybe going through a portion of your life where you're like, I'm just achieving, I'm achieving, and now maybe going through that, now you're kind of twisting your story into, I want to thrive as well. Tell us the difference between the two and where you're at now in terms of maybe thriving versus achieving.
Absolutely, yeah. So in my book, it's not just my story, it's myself plus about 3 dozen women who have had experiences. And a lot of it is that, you know, you can confuse busyness for productivity and impact. And when you're always on the go and you're always in flight or fight mode and all of that, you're releasing all these negative toxins into your body because that's negative stress. But when you focus on the things that you really love, that's when you get those dopamine fixes, right? And that's the good stuff. And so if you are always kind of just chasing the next thing and it's all about, you know, go, 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 without stepping back and saying, are these things of impact? Are these the things that energize me? Are these the things that nourish me?
I mean, but you're basically telling women maybe to walk away from their careers that are making them feel this way. No?
So absolutely not. So the pivot you make could be 365 degrees, or it could be 180, it could be 90 degrees. It's about, what is your why? All the women that I interviewed are still thriving. They're still successful, and if not more successful, because they're managing their time better. And I quote this podcast episode that I heard, and it really stuck with me. She said, if you look at the Dalai Lama, if you look at Mother Teresa, if you look at those people, they had the same amount of hours in their day as you do. But look at what they achieved, because they're making better decisions. So don't focus on, you have to be in everything and do everything yourself and be stuck in the weeds. Pull yourself back and think, what energizes me? Where can I make an impact? Right? And where can I allow others to maybe do some of the doing?
Absolutely. Well, you certainly made an impact on me, because I'm like, you are speaking directly to me. I'm like, oh my God, you've looked inside my soul. Where can people buy this book and follow you as well?
Absolutely. So it is available Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Target. So, you know, Books A Million. So local bookstores, national bookstores, and As of today, you can order online.
That's amazing. Well, congratulations is in order. What an incredible accomplishment. We didn't even get to talk about your professional background, because that's a whole accomplishment as well, but such a short time for this interview. But thank you so much for sharing your story, and congratulations again.
Thank you for having me.
All right.